I'm going to be building a team of the most expensive transfers in football, starting with the goalkeeper position. Now you might think the most expensive goalkeeper in the history of the sport is someone like Courtois, maybe Alisson. But would you believe it? It's Kepa. That's right, when he moved from Athletic Bilbao to Chelsea, he broke the record for being the most expensive goalkeeper in the history of this sport. Over 80 million was the transfer fee. And dare I say his biggest highlight at Chelsea was when he refused to get subbed off and caused an argument with the then Chelsea boss Maurizio Sarri. Do you know what? Let's also rate these expensive transfers out of 10. And I gotta say, Kepa might be one of the lowest ones on this list because I'm gonna give it a 2 on 10. We're picking our first centre-back, and oh boy is it gonna get worse. Because Manchester United spent over 80 million for this player. And yes, I'm talking about Harry Maguire. To be honest, Maguire was incredible for Leicester City, but still, was he worth this kind of a transfer fee? I call this the English tax. But yup, keeping the transfer fee aside, Maguire's tenure at Man United has just been awful. He's been ridiculed for his defending and has kind of become a scapegoat at the club. But hey, look at that. Maguire has had a few moments with Man United, player of the month. He's getting into the team, and I gotta say, I guess this is a transfer that's been better than Kepa, so we'll give Maguire a 4 on 10 rating. But still, so far the most expensive transfers in football have all been flops. Okay, it is getting a bit better because we've got a Manchester City player to partner Maguire, and you guys know Pep Guardiola and his scouting department does not mess about, because they spent over 90 million on one of the brightest prospects in the 2022 World Cup. I'm talking about Josko Guardiola. He showed immense talent at RB Leipzig and was able to take that to a World Cup with Croatia. He probably was the best young player in the tournament too. And already for Man City, he's doing incredibly well. And you know, the crazy thing is Guardiola is only 22 years old, so Man City have got enough time to get a return on their investment. I'm gonna rate this transfer a solid 7 out of 10. So far, guys, we've got only English clubs making these expensive transfers: Man City, United, and Chelsea. Maybe it's time to head to France, where, you know, we've got one of the richest clubs in football. That's right, when PSG bought Hakimi from Inter Milan, they broke the transfer record for the most expensive right back. Actually, though, it was pretty tight. We had transfers like Cancelo, Ben White, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, surprisingly, and even Kyle Walker. But Hakimi pipped them all at 68 million euros. Now, has this transfer gone down well? To be fair, I don't think there are many better right backs than Hakimi. I think it's a solid signing made by PSG. We're gonna give this a 6 on 10. By the way, guys, this team so far is very stinky. Not a single team in the season card. And that's going to be a problem, because once we build the most expensive transfer team, I'm going to have to play a game where every goal I lose by is going to be 100 million transfer fees worth of discards. So yeah, if I lose by 3 goals, that's 300 million. Guardiola's worth about 90. Kepa, 80. Maguire, another 82. And even Hakimi, I think we're going to have to discard all of them then. But guys, I don't intend on conceding too many goals. And our next player is going to help us with that. This one is Bayern Munich's second most expensive player after Harry Kane. And you know, normally Bayern don't go crazy with their transfers, but when they signed Lucas Hernandez from Atletico Madrid, they were forced to shell out 80 million. But I think there's a reason why Bayern don't spend too much money, because it never works out well for them. Lucas Hernandez's signing was riddled with injuries, and eventually he left Bayern Munich for half that price to join PSG. Definitely Lucas was a flop at Bayern, so yeah, gotta give this a 4 on 10. The good thing for us, though, is that he's got a team of the season moments card, which we're gonna buy for 400k, and he's making it into our team. Bro, the left side of our defense is so good, and the right side is just a bit of an L. But trust me, guys, we're now getting into the serious business. The midfielders and forwards are unbelievable. The next player we're picking is an Arsenal player, and also the most expensive transfer in his position. I'm talking about Declan Rice. Arsenal paid 116 million euros to West Ham to sign him. It was one of the biggest English transfers like ever, and to be honest, based on what we're seeing so far, it's actually been worth it. Declan Rice has helped transform Arsenal into one of the best Premier League teams, and he's got age on his side as well. Like Guardiola, I think this has been a good transfer. Gonna rate it a solid 7 on 10. The thing is, guys, these kind of transfers with so much money involved, the players really need to outperform for me to give them a great rating, and so far, I don't think any of them has reached that. No, wow, look at his team in the season, God, it's absolutely absolutely insane. 96 rated. I told you guys, this team is now starting to go crazy. To follow it up, though, I think we've got a bit of a flop signing. Because this is the most expensive midfielder in the history of football. Even more expensive than Paul Pogba, Frankie de Jong, and many more incredible players. I'm talking about Enzo Fernandez. Yup, he won the World Cup, was player of the tournament too. But when Chelsea bought him for 121 million, expectations were high, and I don't think Enzo has delivered. I'm still gonna give this transfer a 6 on 10 because we know Enzo's potential. Again, he's got time on his side. But yeah, so far it's been a bit of an L for Chelsea. Before our next pick though, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. We're now moving on to football's most expensive transfer. That's right, when PSG paid the release clause to Barcelona for Neymar, it was a world record transfer. 222 million. That amount has never been broken. Of course, a few players have come close, but I don't see this transfer fee ever being broken. And to be fair, among all the transfers we've put in so far, I think Neymar had a relatively big impact. Couldn't win the Champions League though with PSG, but he kind of put them on the map. Had incredible numbers, won multiple leaguers, but still, since he couldn't win the Champions League and how badly his career ended there at PSG, having to go to Al Hilal, I'm gonna give this transfer an 8 out of 10. Also because it was like a statement for PSG to get Neymar, who was at the time, I think, the 3rd best player in the world. There you go, he gets into the team. Neymar's world record transfer created a domino effect, because the next player we're putting in is Ousmane Dembele. And guys, the only reason Barcelona paid upwards of 140 million to get him was because they had just lost Neymar. So they paid that crazy fee to sign him from Borussia Dortmund. Now, although Dembele is an incredible talent and sometimes looks like one of the best wingers in the world, he was incredibly inconsistent for Barca, got injured multiple times, and then betrayed them to leave for PSG. Bro legit did a Neymar. This transfer though, I'm giving an absolute 3 on 10 because it was a waste of money for Barca. And you know what's crazy? The domino effect continued. Dembele was not enough to replace Neymar, so Barcelona went ahead and spent 120 million to bring Antoine Griezmann. And guess what? Even that transfer failed. Barcelona are one of the players who've been scammed the most to pay the craziest money on players for little to no return, because even Griezmann was a flop and literally returned to Atletico Madrid a few years later. Bro, this transfer I'm giving a 2 on 10 because he did not work at Barca. And by the way, these ratings don't mean the player is bad, because truth be told, Griezmann's been outstanding for Atleti lately. It's just that his transfer was a complete flop. Bro, France is the country that frauded the most clubs. There are 3 French players already in this team, followed by a couple of English players. Before we pick our final player, we do need some honorable mentions. Like João Felix moving to Atletico Madrid, it was a big money move, but a big flop as well. Jack Grealish, I think that's a good transfer. Man City are getting their money's worth from him. Ooh, Caicedo was a big money transfer that's kind of flopped. Then you've got Romelu Lukaku, who's always gone for big sums of money. But there have been some good transfers too for big money, like Jude Bellingham, massive success. Cristiano Ronaldo, when he moved to Juventus, was upwards of 100 million, solid transfer. Same with Gareth Bale. But our final player is the 2nd most expensive player in football history, and I think the biggest success among this team. I'm talking about Kylian Mbappe, probably the world's best player right now. He moved to PSG from Monaco for upwards of 180 million, and I think he's the greatest player in PSG history. His numbers have been phenomenal. He's been their leader. Of course, couldn't win the Champions League, and now he's off to Real Madrid. But still, for PSG to have Mbappe for over 6-7 years, I think is tremendous. And for me, it's the most successful transfer among all of these expensive ones, so I'm gonna give it a 9 on 10. With that though, this is the most expensive transfer team, and now we're gonna need them to perform. For every goal I lose by, 100 million worth of transfer fee discards. And tell you what, if we lose by big goals, I think we're gonna have to discard quite a few of these guys, so let's hope it doesn't come to that. The great Johan Cruyff once said that a bag of money can never win you a football game. Sincerely, we need to prove him wrong tonight. Oh, and I'm not just seeing Declan Rice making a run through on goal. Oh, this dude's giving me a free win. What? I just missed that. Even after that miss, bro is giving me a free win. But of course, guys, that is not going to count. I'm grateful for the free win, but let's get the job done in this one. Go on, Neymar. Oh, looking for Mbappe. These two linking up again. Mbappe should have scored that. Guys, of all players, why is Maguire taking corners? I just don't get it. But we might actually end up still scoring. Oh, rebound. Griezmann, let's go. How is he not offside there? But we'll take it. Okay, Harry Maguire is so freaking bad. But Kepa, we're at least getting our money's worth from him. Oh, look at Maguire. Oh, the ball roll from Maguire. Gotta say, he's putting in a shift for me. Okay, now Maguire's just getting outdone for pace there. And we concede. If he scores one more goal, that's 100 million worth of discards. Yo, suddenly we can't defend, and what on earth are you doing, Kepa? And that means we're on 100 million worth of transfer fee discards. We can only save that by getting a goal. All right, go on, Dembele. Go on, Dembele. Cut back for Griezmann. Has to score this. Bro, he moved his keeper. Well, when the going gets tough, Maguire takes set pieces, I guess, and... oh, it actually worked, kinda. No way. No way. We're going to concede again, and we do. That's 200 million now. We're not backing down. We're not backing down. Bro, how is that getting blocked? He's going to score again. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh, my days. It's 400 milli now. Please, this could give us some sort of a lifeline. Please. Oh, it goes in. It goes in. We'll take it. Oh, guys, my math was not mathing. It's actually 200 million worth of discards because we're only losing by 2 goals. Do you know what? We could maybe save face again, and let's go. Now we're down to just 100 million. Okay, there you go. It's back up to 200 mil. Haven't seen much from Mbappe. It's saved. Oh, we get a pen. Why is Maguire taking it? I mean, if he wants to, Bro, he's so bad. I should have just selected a different penalty taker. No, don't concede another. No! That means we're gonna have to discard 300 million worth of players. Well, Cruyff was right. A bag of money does not win you a football game. Okay, now we need to decide who we're discarding. I think straight up, Enzo Fernandez, you've got to go. You're worth 120 million or so. I think Kepa too. It's a non-red card. I'm fine with that. That puts us up to 200 million already. We're lucky that these 2 frauds were in our team. Hakimi will be about 60 million. We'll get him out too. That puts us up to 260 million. Oh, we're gonna need a big one, and I think it's gotta be Maguire. Time to say goodbye to Slabhead, because if we discard anyone else, it's gonna be an expensive one. But yo, this is a player of the month, Maguire. I can't buy him again. Do you know what? I bought Guardiola for 200k. I'm doing something crazy, getting rid of him to get to the 300 million. He's gone. Maguire, even though you missed the pen and you probably cost us Guardiola, we're keeping you. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, click here to watch me build the most overrated team.